project is now finished. You have to excuse my voice. I'm suffering with a throat infection after having flu, as you do. Anyway, from a distance, you can't really tell that there's been much modified with the crane. I've just positioned it on the local line as opposed to the main line, just so we can get a bit of a closer look at the model. Now, I'm sure you want to see what it looks like with the lights off and the lights on. So let me set that up for you. And here she is with her lighting rig all installed, and yeah, I'm really pleased with it. The main sort of tip I would give with anyone if they're going to attempt a project like this is take your time, because there's so many fragile parts, especially on the crane, and you have to just go through it methodically, step by step, rather than charge on, because you'll end up in failure. But so really the list of parts is it's an LED pre-wired loop, which is attached to a 6-volt switch with button cell batteries. The switch and the batteries are actually hidden in the small building to the lower right of the crane. So you can see the cables running into the building on the right side. Now these are, you get various different types of colour appearance on LEDs. These are towards the yellow type, which is correct for the type of period that I'm modelling. You get cool white, which is more towards the blue spectrum, and natural white light as well. But I would have, to be honest, I could have probably wanted a bit more sort of orangey on the lighting, but they weren't available. Now, I'm not sure how many lights total there are on this installation, because they're on both sides and we're only looking at one side right now. So but yeah, I'm really pleased with this. Now this lighting, obviously it's not going to be off of your main supply from your power supply. It's going to be from the batteries. So you'd have to switch it on or switch it off when you leave your model room, but I think it's fine. I'm amazed actually how much lighting it generates in that area. Let me switch. I've actually got special lighting in my model room which can mimic nighttime, but I mean I've got all the studio lights off right now. So let's switch the main light on. There, right. So that's the main lighting on. Now, I'll switch it on to nighttime lights in the studio. And basically it's a very sort of dark blue light that's emitted, but it mimics nighttime very well, I think. And I just love that. I think that is fantastic. Now, I don't have too many locomotives with lighting, so that's something I'll address in the coming year. But I'm just so pleased with this. Now, the locomotives you can see in the foreground going round, that is an Oxford Rail War Department steam locomotive. I'll pin a number on the slide. It's got a couple of flatbed wagons behind it for containers. You can see the first one's empty. The second one's got this LMS container on it. And then an LMS brake wagon by Wren at the rear. On the inner line, we've got P&O Ferries container being loaded onto a flat wagon, and a Wren R1 steam locomotive behind it. So just a little bit of details about the crane itself. It's made by Hornby Hobbies. This is the Lima variant, and there is a Hornby variant as well. I did notice they're actually out of stock. They retail just over £40, and I was lucky to get the Lima one in the sale. It comes in really three main parts: the two leg stanchions and the main beam. It's very easy to clip together. It comes in a natural sort of grey plastic colour, and you don't have to paint it. I mean, it's fine as is, to be honest, but I went for the yellow because that's just what I've seen in my lifetime when I've been on, you know, whether it's been ports, harbours or industrial yards. Anytime I saw a gantry crane or a container crane, it was quite often yellow, so I went with that colour. In case you're wondering, I did not paint the crane with brushes, it was spray can. I'll tag the number of yellow onto the video. I used a primer and then 2 coats of the yellow, and yeah, it came out really well. I'm just so amazed how good this looks. Let me try and do a sort of couple of flyby videos so you can get a kind of a look-see around the unit. Okay, so I've set it up again in the main sort of view. So just to talk through how I fixed on the LED lights. I started at the furthest end and I attached it with super glue. Now the wires are actually metallic. Not sure exactly the composition of the wire, but it's a metal wire with the LEDs spaced about every, I don't know, 6 centimeters, something like that. Because you're fixing the similar materials, like it's metal to the plastic, it's not too happy. Even with super glue sticking together, so I sped up the process by adding baking powder to the gluing point, which speeds up the bond and strengthens it greatly. So fixed that, and then I used Tamiya masking tape. It's a very narrow roll of masking tape. It's yellow. Strangely, it's the same colour as the crane actually. So I don't know if you'd spotted that in some of the earlier stills. So I would glue on a section and then tape up the wire leading away from it, and then glue on a section, tape up the wire, and just slowly progress around the unit. But yeah, I'm just amazed how good it looks, you know. So it's one of those projects that it's certainly, for the time invested and the result, it's absolutely worth spending a couple of evenings to put that together. Now, the crane is operational in terms of there is a couple of rotating dials in the centre of the crane, which raise and lower the container attachment, and the other one moves it on the horizontal plane, so you can load it onto a truck or load it back onto a wagon, vice versa. It's something that maybe in the future, maybe somebody will try and motorise that. It would, I think it would be doable. But I think it's fantastic. I mean, I didn't say earlier, but the crane cost £19.99, I think it was, on sale. And the LED unit with the switch, they're about £2, very low cost. The battery actually lasts extremely well, so you won't need to worry about replacing the batteries every 5 minutes. That's not the case with this. The batteries have a fantastic life. So that's pretty much it. Oh, by the way, the part number of the crane by Lima is HL8000, so you can look that up. And actually on the rotating dials I did add a brass cog and spread it the yellow colour, so you don't because as it comes out of the packet, the rotating feature is completely blank, so it's a bit of a giveaway that it doesn't look very realistic. So by putting on those cogs, it looks looks like it should be there. It just so happens to be the right diameter and stuff. So yeah, so that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a departure for some of the reviews and things that I've done recently. It's a project I had on my list of things to do, and that was it. A couple of evenings work, and we've got an illuminated crane. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.